music is my food. Music is my everything.
Ibiza, 24-hour party people, mega clubs, and commercial house music. But is this all that this Balearic island has to offer?
For money, for the kids.
Have the energies that made this island what it is today just been fine-tuned to the beat? Or have they been forever silenced by just another superstar DJ remix?
Ibiza is an amazing place to me. I mean, as soon as you mention it to people, you go, "Oh, you're living in Ibiza, yeah, party and da da da," and it's like, okay, then you don't know Ibiza.
You rolling?
Yeah.
Keep on rolling.
Ibiza is a very intoxicating place. The smell of the island when you step off the plane, sort of eucalyptus and jet fuel. It's really a Shirley Valentine moment. It's the kind of thing you can go on holiday and your holiday becomes a way of life.
This film is about those artists and musicians who have flocked here to make music and stay.
Time is moving, but you're going slow.
This is our Ibiza. This is Binji.
So long.
Es una isla pequeña, pero a la vez cuando estás dentro de la isla parece tan grande porque hay tantas ofertas de cosas diferentes a todos los gustos. Y es como la cueva de Alibaba, ¿no?
Lauren came here to Ibiza from France. An idealist at heart, he is passionate about discovering new talents and distributing their music on the island through his Feel Ibiza stall in the hippie market of Las Dalias.
Claro, estos últimos años, pues con la tecnología, pues, se nota que la gente no compra tanta música. Sigue amando la música, pero bueno, con nuestra herramienta Internet internacional, ya la gente mira un poco de otra manera. Pero bueno, aquí todavía sigue, ¿no? Es el paquete, la ilusión de las vacaciones, el sol, la buena onda y llevarse un recuerdo de la isla.
Meet MOC Pauli, everyone, where MOC stands for Master of Ceremonies, a title he received as a self-confessed hippie traveler DJ in the late 70s.
I came first time to Ibiza in 1978. I was a young hippie traveling from India. I was really disappointed coming here, and actually I really disliked the island, and I promised myself I'm never coming back. But I was wrong.
Despite being one of the pioneers of the Goa trance scene in the early 80s, as a precursor of sound waves, he never enjoyed the great financial successes of his modern-day colleagues.
For me, was never a glamorous thing to become a DJ. I became a DJ because out of necessity. I was not really going for the populars, you know. I mean, I always try to find the special ones.
Paprika!
These tomatoes are not any tomatoes. Estas tomates son tomates ibicencas. Un sabor y un olor muy, muy, muy bueno. I never played hits. I never played what other people played and being successful. And yeah, it's about my integrity, and I never will give that up for nothing.
In Ibiza, Pauli is the resident DJ at Bambuda Grove, spinning in this groovy and inspiring bar restaurant for over a decade. To make the most of his seasonal salary in these testing times, he also DJs the weekends away at San Sara. In his ongoing career, he's put together over 20 international compilations, and he's now finalizing his first solo album, Matangi.
J'suis mastoc, trop mystique sous plastoc. Dans ma tête ça picote et dans mes mains ça clignote. J'suis dingue, j'suis toc, synonyme de mon époque. Pour ce qui tape, tu tip top, et pour ce qui tip, j'suis au top. Je tripote, la trip-hop, et ta kill le hip-hop. J'ai trop fait le tour de ton stock et sans fumer tout mon style. Trop fait le tour de mon stock et sans toucher l'élastique. J'entends pas dans le classique, son je vais faire de la zik. Aga aga, aga aga, aga aga.
Je viens de France, de Paris. Qu'est-ce que je suis venu faire ici? Profiter plus de la vie que à la ville. Je suis pas venu ici en me disant ouais je vais faire de la musique et tout ça, tu vois. Je suis venu pour changer de vie un peu quoi.
One for the morning, two for the show, three for the lady, for the fuck comme du rogo. Phénomène mal, voilà yogi qui s'installe. Tous les 10 éléments lèvent leurs bras dans la salle. Je te dis one for the morning, two for the show, three for the lady, for the fuck comme du rogo. Phénomène mal, voilà yogi qui s'installe. Tous les 10 éléments lèvent leurs bras dans la salle. Je te dis.
Bueno, aquí vengo, encuentro gente como Bernie, Paoli, otra musician super guay. Bueno, también aquí es difícil de trabajar, no es todo super easy, pero más fácil, más agradable, no fácil, más agradable.
Originally from Germany, Bernie moved to Ibiza to continue expanding his music experience.
Music is everything to me. It's my life.
A self-trained drummer from early childhood, he has set up Third Ear Studio on the way to becoming an accomplished producer with only one thing in mind.
Music is my passion, and music is the only thing which ever ruled my life.
In the past, Bernie and Pauli have collaborated on several important trance projects before coming back together again for this new experience.
The thing with Pauli, MOC Pauli, it is kind of jazzy vibe, soul, R&B influence, but there's also kind of typical electro elements inside, which really changed this to a different hearing experience.
I don't believe so much anymore that you can really change people with music, but you can shape the emotion, providing a healing space, you know, and that's what I'm interested in.
It's a real spirit of collaboration that enables people like Pauli, Bernie, and Yogi to come together and make something happen that has a positive message.
It never really came in my mind to become mainstream, because if you do something out of love, out of social responsibility, then I think the question not really arise to be more recognized or more famous or make more money.
Si tú pensas un poco qué prefiere, ¿es realmente la música o el tema de estar conocido? Bueno, yo olvido el tema de estar conocido, prefiero hacer música y buena música con buena gente y puede hacer tu cosa del principio hasta el final casi. Después salir tu CD tuyo, sin casa de discos, sin... ¿Ves? Bernie tiene un estudio aquí, bueno, después necesita de hacer un mix, pero la manera de trabajar la música cambió muchísimo. Hay 10 años no puede hacer música en tu jardín, ahora puede hacer música en la playa, en tu jardín, porque se quedar en un lugar feo si puede hacer la misma cosa en un lugar en el paraíso, ¿no?
In order to sustain his little piece of paradise, Bernie spends his working time drumming in various live acts across the island, composing his own dance singles and film soundtracks, as well as actively pursuing new collaborations and connections.
I'm working with a reggae singer, he's George Evelyn. And I recorded him a few times, and as I have a little reggae background, I have lots of rhythms, how they call this in this reggae scene, so he could sing on my rhythms, his versions of the songs.
I'm gonna be a roots man, be a survivor, you know.
Jobless, a half Jamaican, half Nigerian musician, has come to Ibiza convinced this is the place to create his vibe.
One day I bought a ticket. I said, man, I want to go to the Jaland. Me surprised a lot. All land, all this street I will call in the name of Jah Rastafari, you know. Jah want Ireland to live in this land. You know, I don't have a car. So I go, in a stop. You know, imagine something. Someone who don't know you before, ain't gonna stop for you. Oh, where you go, brother? You know, that is a love of Jah.
If we unite,
in Ibiza, it's love and mercy feeling.
we must be free so long and too long.
And you made the sky, you made the moon, you had Jah.
Following in Bob Marley's footsteps, who played on the island in 1979, Jobless spreads his positive vibes through reggae.
Nobody can get stop reggae music. Reggae music is so strong. No neighbor can stop it. No police can stop it. No government, no president, no woman, no man.
But the truth is it bitter? No one in reality, yeah. Except only Jesus Christ.
The reggae music is so strong, from verse to keep you revelation and revelation, for the beginning to the end. You know, that is what reggae was.
Jobless, Pauli, Yogi, and Bernie. 4 very different individual musicians, all with their own lifestyles brought together by the power of one thing.
Music is life. No, music is, is life, is the rhythm. I could not live one day without music. people know us in the island as Tina and Nima.
Ibiza is a melting pot of musical partnerships and collaborations from all over the world. That of Tina and Nima is a real international family business.
I came basically from Copenhagen. I had this label going on for a few years back, and I had it closed for a while. Then when I moved here, I found this situation kind of like this is the new opportunity to start again the label together with her.
We met in a party and I completely fell in love with the way he was playing. And from this we started the friendship and we decided to build a music label together, which is called Welt Recording. We were one of the first guys to open a label directly from Ibiza.
We are not so focused about selling ourselves or marketing everything, or we just we like our life, and I love my life, and I love good people, nice people, good people with good heart. Music-wise, I think I've been mostly always kind of keeping my sounds, and now it's kind of suddenly getting recognition around the world. So to go in clubbing every night, constantly in the sound, suddenly you see 4,000 people getting off and freaking out, and that makes you think what kind of music you can make to make them feel like that.
If love is all you need for Tima and Nima to make it happen, on another part of the island there's another person who thinks along the same line.
This is the love, this is the vibe, back to the beach, Malpega, South Keys. So we do it every Wednesday, yeah, back to the beach.
It doesn't matter what's going on in the industry and what's going on in the business. If you have your goal and you have what you're aiming at, that will become a reality as long as you believe in it, you know. And it sounds like a cliche, but the things come true, you know. I think if you don't have that 100% belief, then why should anybody else believe in it?
Feel the G-force, anyone yet? We certainly did straight away. George Evelyn of Wax On Records is definitely an energy to be reckoned with. He has come a long way from his hip-hop days in Leeds, setting up his label right in the heart of the island.
You know, I spent 36 of my urban years living in Leeds. It's like I always say that my heart will always be in Leeds, but my ass isn't, you know?
Under the alter ego of Nightmares on Wax, he has played all over the globe and built a musical network that really works.
Then over the years, through Nightmares on Wax and through traveling all over the world, people will just keep handing me CDs and music and stuff like that. And it was like, you know what, I've built this platform over these years. Here's an avenue and here's a doorway to expose other people's music. So it would be, you know, why not share that platform? The interconnection with all the people that's there is come in an honest way. Nothing's contrived, nothing's been about, you know, making this and it needs to sound like this. It's just about making honest quality music.
While aware of his company's corporate placement, his outlook on the industry is refreshing.
It's not just about getting the record out. Yeah, it's about telling a story. Do you know what I mean? And people are attracted to stories. You know, so we try to present a story because the story is the character, the person, the life, the way they came about making the music, everything. That's the substance.
What's the next conquest? Who's there to get their minds spent? When can I have my money spent?
We deal in every media platform going. We want to service films, games, everything, you name it, you know, but we also want to go into the realm of a share mentality, which means that we share the music with whoever, wherever, you know, because we believe that positive comebacks that will come from that will come from other areas. And that's our new state of being. This is why we say that that's the whole idea of Wax On, is that we're part of the change.
What's that?
Don't you know?
Huh?
Listen.
Got a lot of love for Guts, man. He's a very passionate artist. I love his sense and idea of freedom for an artist. He does represent, and he represents a lot about having artistic freedom to me.
Wax On Records Volume 2 contains, amongst many, another Ibiza resident, Guts.
The story of why I'm here in Ibiza. My father here, Ibiza, it was amazing, it was hippie island, very incredible, very nature, very space. So in '69, my father with my mother came here in Ibiza. He discovered the island, like you can imagine, very nature, very roots. So in '71, he made love and he made guts.
As one of the co-founders of Alliance at Neat, the cult French hip-hop band rising from the Boulogne projects of Paris in the 90s, Guts has enjoyed all the trimmings of success. But here in Ibiza, he's looking for something deeper.
This building, it's a very roots building, you know what I mean? And I feel like at home in Paris, but there is something very, very, very different.
Oh, por favor! La botella, por favor!
For me, it's very important to speak Spanish, to eat Spanish, to listen music from Spain, and maybe to make love Spanish. You know what I mean?
Muchas gracias.
After launching his label, Pura Vida Records, Guts has released his first independent album, Freedom.
My new album is called Freedom. It's better.
The music is 100 times better on a vinyl album.
I make my music with sample, you know, we work with a drum machine. And we cut the music, and we remake a new loop, a new melody. This is the beat making, and this is the culture of hip hop music. We create a packaging to sell my vinyl with a CD because I'm not extremist. I'm a vinyl support. I respect the DJ who play with Serato, who play with CD, but you have the choice, and this is freedom.
And I've had problems with all the kids. They don't believe me. They don't think that's true. First of all, just imagine this. They move the music by computer, and what they do is they chop off the highs, they chop off the lows, and then they compress everything. How could that possibly be equal to the open sound that you get on a record with the basses and the highs and the fullness in the middle? I mean, there's no comparison to what they're selling for music these days.
You know, we're all positive beings. We all have belief. Do you know what I mean? And because of that, yeah, we have testing times. Yeah, things cost money. But does that mean that that's the last penny that's ever going to exist on the planet? No, it's not. You have to change your mindset of the way you look at it. And that's hard from a musician's point of view, because from a musician's point of view, yeah, you want to just make music and not have to worry about bills and all these things. But that is the stepping stone to it happening. Every musician has to take the plunge and has to go through that.
DJs in the area, come on, yo, I'm down Southland with my party. DJ, you sitting there, don't you know, say, we having a party.
When you first come here, yeah, like you get in a city, you always get people going, you need to go to this party, there's going to be this person there, you need to go to that party, there's going to meet this person, there's going to be loads of contacts, this and that. And you know what, I did that shit 10 years ago, it's not about that. I have this total belief of you meet people organically. This is an island of opportunity, it's unbelievable. There's so much mysticism, so much energy here. And now I've come here, it feels like I've come home.
George Evelyn and Guts, two musicians who have really worked out a way on the island to work and share their talents with each other.
Mira, soy Igor Marijuán y soy el director y copropietario junto a Miguel, mi compañero que no para de trabajar, de este proyecto que se llama Ibiza Sónica. Bueno, tenemos un sistema de retransmisión de eventos, hay una gira también con artistas de Ibiza en marcha. Bueno, hay un montón de diferentes ramificaciones que tiene Sónica y una de ellas es Ibiza Sónica, la radio, la emisora de radio que se puede oír en Ibiza y en Formentera en el 95.2 y por internet en ibizasonica.com.
Igor and Miguel came respectively from Malaga and Madrid one summer and never looked back.
Pues quizá el espíritu aventurero, ¿no? Ha podido ser de decir un día, vamos de vacaciones a Ibiza y venir aquí prácticamente con lo opuesto hasta volver meses más tarde a casa a por más ropa porque nos quedábamos aquí a vivir. Y un día llega al otro, después de la noche viene el día, luego la noche, luego el día y las experiencias que uno vive en Ibiza te hacen pues llevar adelante proyectos tan locos y tan divertidos como este que estamos llevando adelante.
Their courage has paid off, and in a very short time, Ibiza Sonica has grown into a real, tangible musical phenomena and more.
Sónica en realidad tiene hasta una asociación cultural que se llama Cultura Sónica y que se dedica a promover y a difundir la música de Ibiza. Desde Ibiza Sónica intentamos mostrar esa magia, ese punto especial, ese punto cultural y musical que tiene la isla de Ibiza. Eso lo desarrollamos a través de la emisora de radio, a través de la asociación cultural y de otra serie de proyectos que tenemos en marcha pues, para contar realmente qué es la isla de Ibiza a nivel musical.
So my name is Peter Musebrink. I'm Deep Dive Corporation. And I release my material on Indie Records, which is a record label in Germany, in Düsseldorf. I stay most of the time here in Ibiza because I have a little studio here where I do most of my recordings.
DJ PMFM is one of Sonica's regular DJs, and his slot of show and tell is one of the most followed mixes on the radio.
The normal radio, they just play the hard drives. And here with Sonica and also with another radio station in Germany, I have the chance to, in general, also only play the music, but I give the basic information. I never thought that I would turn into one of the hip DJs that DJs all the big places. I love to DJ. I mean, I do 2 radio shows a week.
I need a boatman to carry me away.
You come to the island, decide to spend a lot of time here, live here or have a studio here. By the second you decided this, you drop your exclusivity at the airport. You are just part of the mass of people that are here anyway.
For Peter, moving his label Deep Dive Corp back and forth from Hamburg to Ibiza is a creative necessity.
When I came to the island, I said that I believe that the word music is written in such big letters on top of Ibiza that it's almost impossible to delete it.
From the radio station to deep down into the lush evergreen forests of San Juan, Peter's journey is one of transformation. A journey that has brought him together with Michelle Adamson from Spangle.
I can tell you about my life, which is like a roller coaster of meeting colourful people from different places, and it's trying the weirdest kinds of food that they can offer, and basically trying to communicate to people through music and through dance and any kind of artistic expression.
Michelle and I think we ran into each other quite a while ago, I mean years ago here in San Juan. But for some reason it never turned out to be that we work on something. It was just by accident that at some point we said, well, you just come into the studio and let's see what we come up with.
My collaboration with Peter is something very close to my heart because it's music I like to listen to, which is important.
With Michelle, I work in a way that I prefer to work in general, and that is that all I have is a very rough instrumental idea. Okay, next one.
Around in your shoes, For the Unreal track, I think about being in limbo. Limbo can be a really comforting place because although you're lost, you're not actually being challenged or needled, and it's only from that place that you go to being needled onto what drives you forwards. I just like the fact that we're all here now, and the planet, the island, the universe, the idea of reality is what we're sharing together. So make the most of it, and tomorrow never comes.
Reality, fiction and insanity. Lock me up and throw away the key.
Somos un pequeño sello discográfico independiente. Nuestra historia consiste pues, en hacer música e intentar divulgarla de la mejor manera posible a través de los medios que tengamos en nuestra mano.
Esteban Lucci and Tony Castillo from Immaculate Records, respectively from Argentina and Switzerland, here in the Escanar hippie market of Ibiza, they seem to have found their groove.
No nos importa el mainstream, no nos importa. Nos importa simplemente tener nuestro público, nuestros fans, nuestra gente que gusta de nuestra música y que nos apoya. Pues intentamos desarrollar formatos nuevos, donde el formato que contiene la música también tenga un valor. O sea, tú compras el stick y tienes toda nuestra música gratis de por vida.
In a market dictated by change, they have found a new stylish way of selling the music without giving up their core value.
Y bueno, hemos aprovechado nuestra experiencia para eso, para hacer nuestra propia música sin tener que depender artísticamente de ningún filtro o nada. Libertad total.
Muchas gracias. Hasta luego.
Freedom, a recurrent theme here in Ibiza for all the musicians we have met. From deep into the campo to the poolside music studios, and from the live gigs to right into the clubs. Their beats may be different, but the goal is one.
If we've got a collective, I keep saying the word tribe, of people with the same train of thought, the same belief, the same love, the same open-heartedness about what we're all trying to achieve, which is deliver good music that we all love, then there's only one outcome. It's going to happen.
On this island of healing and nurturing tradition, artists come from all over the world to be inspired in search of something pure.
Music is a conundrum. It's a puzzle within itself. The more you know, the more you realize you'll never know. It transcends all language, it transcends all politics and things like that. So I'm hoping that as we spread the word of music, the original sound, that people are just going to be nicer to each other because we're here to share.
Liberty, mysticism, innovation, and a strong sense of community. These are the main ingredients of this melting pot of musical talents we have found in Ibiza. One made up of positive people whose spiritual aspirations rise above the obvious.
I believe in music, and music has for me no borders. I believe in innovation, not doing the thing you being successful with before, otherwise it would be too easy just work in a formula, like many do.
This is our Ibiza. This is Binji.
Tilos párbajozni. Törvény van rá.
Felfüggesztem a törvényt. Ezúttal ítéljen az Isten.
1,300 party people going home.
Clap your hand, everybody. Hear what it takes. Clap your hand, everybody. Here comes the play. Yes, you're right.
That one day this world is going to change completely.
What?
Into what? Into a more spiritual world and not so much material.
Nem állhatok ki veled. Közönséges gyilkosság lenne.
George, let George clap because he's right in frame. So. Is that right, George? Just give us a clap so it's
Wait. Just one clap.
Oh, one clap.
One clap. You see?
What's your dream, man?
This is it. I'm in it. I'm living it. I'm living it. Do you know what I mean? And it's for everybody else to live it too.
That's enough?
Yes, thank you. Thank you.